Stars, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, today we are going to see the World Championship match between Viswanathan Anand and Vladimir Kramnik. So we are in the year 2008 in Bonn, Germany. So let's see how Vishy Anand became the world champion. This is the first game between Kramnik and Vishy Anand. Kramnik has the white pieces and the game begins with d4, d5, c4, c6, the Slav defense. Knight c3, knight f6 and cd, cd. This is the exchange variation of the Slav defense. Bishop f4, knight c6, e3, bishop f5, knight f3, e6, and queen b3. Now queen b3 attacks the pawn on b7 and Vishy defends it with the move bishop b4, pinning the knight to the king. Kramnik does the same thing by developing his bishop and pinning Vishy's knight to his king. Castles and takes, and see this, Vishy takes this in the intermediate move as a check. And after captures, now you see that this cannot be captured because if you play bc6, queen c6, there's move like queen a5, and if you defend with the knight, you're already lost with moves like rook ac8, and the pressure on the c file is just too much to handle. If you go queen b7, there's just rook c2, and you're going to lose this knight. You might try to defend with the move e4, but then knight takes e4, and you're completely lost. This position is completely lost. So instead of that, Vishy Anand plays the move rook c8, pinning the bishop to the queen, and the bishop cannot move anywhere. Kramnik plays knight e4, adding another layer of defense to the bishop, and Vishy immediately asks questions about that knight. Takes, and Kramnik unpins himself from the bishop, and the rook takes the bishop. Now if you see, Kramnik is up a pawn, but we have opposite color bishops, and one pawn advantage is not felt when we have opposite color bishops. They trade queens, and you see for that pawn, Vishy has a lot of compensation. He controls the open c file, and after castles a5, gaining some queenside space. Kramnik kicks off the bishop with f3 and plays rook e1, trying to play e4. Vishy moves out of the center to not get hit with e4 with a tempo, and plays b3 and f6, and there's e4, captures, and rook d8 attacks the pawn, rook d1 defends the pawn, d4, and rook c2. There's e5, and after takes, and we just have a drop where all the pieces are traded. They trade the rooks, and they trade the pawns, and they agree to a draw in this position. This was the game 1 in the World Championship match between Viswanathan Anand and Kramnik. They drew the game 2 as well. Vishy Anand used the white pieces to the game 2. Now we are going to see the game 3. Again, Vladimir Kramnik has the white pieces and Vishy Anand has the black pieces. So the game begins with d4, d5, c4, c6, Slav defense again. But this time Kramnik goes for knight f3. Knight f3, knight f6, knight c3, and the semi-Slav. e3 is the main line of the semi-Slav, and knight bd7, bishop d3, developing the bishop, and dc4. So we see that he doesn't take immediately anywhere here because he waits for Kramnik to develop this bishop and then takes the pawn, making the bishop move once again, hence losing the tempo. b5 and bishop comes back to d3, and a6 defending the pawn and solidifying that queen side. e4, Kramnik expands the center of the board, and Vishy strikes with c5. Kramnik plays e5 and c5, knight b5. So this is called desperado. You are going to lose the knight, so you lose it for a pawn. After takes, you see that Vishy is up a pawn, but the game is not yet over. Castles and queen b6. Queen b6 played by Anand, just defending the pawns and keeping an eye and developing your queen. Queen e2 by Kramnik, attacking this pawn, and Anand plays bishop b7, attacking this knight. After takes, he plays bishop d6, which is an inaccuracy in this move. Rook d1 by Kramnik. Anand plays rook g8, the top engine move again, and g3, defending against all sorts of tactics on this side of the board with these bishops and the rook. Rook g4, defending the pawn in the center. Bishop f4, this is an incredible move. It cuts off this circulation from here, but you just can take this bishop. The bishop cannot be captured back because the pawn is pinned. So once the bishop takes, there is knight takes. Knight takes, which is actually a mistake, and the computer thinks rook takes was better because after rook d4, bishop e5, there is rook takes d7, or there is also just rook takes g4. So, and you are going to lose this bishop anyways. But that doesn't happen. Kramnik takes with the knight, and there's h5 by Anand trying to open up the king. And Kramnik sacks a knight, another knight with knight takes e6. After fe6, rook takes d7. Now there are a lot of discoveries possible if the rook moves. So Anand plays king f8, just stepping out of check. Queen d3, just controlling the d file completely. And there is rook g7 back, trying to trade rooks. Kramnik trades the rooks and takes the bishop. Now Kramnik is up 2 pawns and should be winning this endgame, right? Let's see. Vishy plays rook d8, attacking the queen, and the queen moves. And the king comes forward. Vishy brings his king forward, and there we go. Now Vishy controls the g file, but Kramnik has an active queen. a4 defends the bishop, so now your queen is free to move. And there is the move. Bishop g2 check, king g1, bishop h3. Now in this position, rook d1 is one of the only moves, or king d2. You need to run away with your king. You cannot allow this infiltration by black. Kramnik goes the other way and is immediately worse, as you can see, because of the move rook g1 check. The rook g1, king d2. The queen also joins the attack, and after the king moves, in this position, he gives the bishop a check. The bishop blocks, and bishop h3. And there is a simpler way to finish this game with bishop d3 and rook d3. Queen c4 check, and with this, there's just mate in 1, and if you block, you take the queen. But, okay, yeah. Kramnik plays a5 and thinks he'll be able to promote that pawn. He loses his queen for the rook, but that's not sufficient enough because he resigns in this position soon. This position is just lost, guys, come on. They play a couple of more moves, and yeah. After this, he resigned because the pawn is stopped, you lost the rook, and you're just simply down out of material. Again, game 4 was a drop between Viswanathan, Anand and Kramnik, and Vishy was with the white pieces. Now we are going to view the game 5. Here Kramnik has the white pieces and Anand has the black pieces. We get d4, d5, c4, e6, knight f3, knight f6, knight c3, e6, semi-Slav, the same thing. Again, e3, knight d7, bishop d3, and this is the exact same line that they played in game 3. If it is all what the exact same thing that they played, and in this position, instead of bishop d6, which he played in the last game, Anand improves with the move rook g8. Rook g8, bishop f4. Now there is no bishop d6, but bishop d6 and now f5 by Anand. Rook c1 and f4, he tries to get the bishop. He forces the trade of bishops. And now we have the following position. So white is much better in this position. Why? White has an active bishop which has a target. Of course, black does have this as a target, but that's defended. That's defended by the knight. And you can in time play f3 and the queen defends it as well. Of course, You can't play f3 immediately because you get hit with this check. But yeah. And now rook a3. You see the similar concept applied to the previous game. There's rook a3 trying to bring the rook over this side. They trade rooks and look back to a1. So there's an indecisiveness in Kramnik, and queen g4, queen e5. And he brings the knight back, attacking the queen, and the queen moves back. And now Kramnik plays rook e1. There are a lot of threats here. You see, not a threat, but pressure. The queen pressures all the squares, the knight pressures this, the rook is lined up to the king directly. And we have the move rook c5 by Anand and b4 kicking out the. But the disadvantage of b4 is Anand's control of the c3 square. So Anand immediately plays the rook to c3. And now Kramnik plays knight takes d4. So after queen takes d4, Kramnik thought that there was rook d1 winning this knight and this bishop back. But there was this move, knight f6, danger levels, and after takes, check, and the bishop is lost. But there was rook c1 check and forcing this bishop back, and this brilliant move, knight e3. After fe3 and fe3, there is no way you can stop this, and these pawns are just too slow. And in this position, Kramnik resigned. Going to game 6, Vishy is leading the tournament with 3.5, 1.5. Now Viswanathan with the white pieces begins the game with d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, and bishop e4. We have the Ninso here. Queen c2, classical variation. d5, cd5, queen d5. You cannot take the queen because the knight is pinned to the king. Knight f3, the queen moves to f5, and we have queen b3 attacking the bishop. Kramnik develops his knight with says knight c6 and defends the bishop, and Vishy unpins the knight with the move bishop d2, castles, h3 preparing g4 and expansion on the king side, and there's g4. Vishy moves the Kramnik moves the queen again to a5, there's rook c1. a3 kicks the bishop out, after captures, there's queen d5 and retrade queens, and we have the following position. Vishy has the bishop pair, and Vishy is better. The bishop drops back, and the knight goes back to avoid any e4 business, and there is rook g1, preparing g5, h4, h5, and this attack. Rook c8 by Kramnik and bishop g2. The knight moves, and there is the move c5. Now you can just take the pawn, so it takes. Now if you play the move bc5, so there is rook c5, and this just looks like a fair trade, but white is just completely better. So there's also this possibility of after rook c5, knight e4, rook takes, rook c8, king d1 to avoid mate, and this position is just a draw because there's checkmate threat here, and if you go here there is knight f2, and this position is just a draw. There's not enough chances for white to save this game. It's just a draw. So there's knight e5, he doesn't take the pawn, and now they trade bishops, and he goes for the same idea here, but the difference is there are no bishops on the board, and the knight can come back and block the check from the rook. The rook infiltrates, but Vishy solid defends everything in his position, kicks the knight out, and slowly controls all the movement of the squares. You see by playing e3, he does not allow the knight to come forward. This knight cannot move forward. He takes the pawn, and we have a4. So you see a4 is a very good move, not allowing these pawns to move. You cannot play b4 or b3. Knight drops and asking for a trade. He kicks the knight out and he loses a pawn, but these two pawns are very, very strong. And he tries to push these pawns forward, and the game is just simply over. He defends his pawn, he loses it, and Look at this move. Look at this. This is just a class. If you take this, you win, and after this, Kramnik resigned. And if you don't take, I'm going to take it. There's some move. I'm going to take it, and after you take back, I'm going to win anyways. And I have it now. And this is how Viswanathan won this game. Games 7, 8, 9 were all draws, and now we have come to the game number 10. Kramnik with the white pieces begins the game with d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight g3, and bishop e4. We have an Indo-Indian defense move again with knight f3, 3 knights variation, and c5. g3, this is called the Kasparov system with cd4, knight d4, castles, bishop g2, d5, striking in the center, cd5, knight d5, and he defends the knight with the move queen b3. Anand attacks the knight with the move queen a5, defends knight with bishop d2, and he develops his knight. They trade the knights and Kramnik castles. Bishop takes and c takes to preserve, b takes c3 to preserve the bishop pair. Now Kramnik has the bishop pair. Anand develops his bishop attacking the pawn, and you can't take this pawn as such because there is the move c4, incredible move. So attack this and this. So after rook d1, queen c5, we have the move e4 by Kramnik. And danger levels, Viswanathan does know about danger levels. He watches cartoon chess. After queen a4, knight b6, offers a queen trade, Anand declines. Moves the rook and plays the move queen a5. Rook c8, just developing the rook. I'm not sure what the idea was behind rook c8. Maybe it was just to protect this pawn. Playing rook d8 looks more natural, taking control of the open file. It is rook c8, and after this, the move e5. Now e5 surrenders control of these two squares, but he attacks the bishop, and the bishop needs to move. Engine is suggesting a crazy line, that is bishop takes e5. Okay, in this position. Kramnik has upper pawn, but there is enough compensation for black with moves like knight c4, attacking this. But yeah, black is fine here. So he plays bishop g4 and queen a6 by Kramnik. So Anand plays f6. Now f6 weakens the light squares, as you can see. There's the move a4. Now a5 is coming, you're going to kick the knight out. The move a5. Anand plays queen f7, and there is the move bishop here. You're going to play a5, and with the bishop here, he blocks, but then this, and now he plays c4 himself. There's a5, the knight moves, and rook b7 in this position. They're slowly slipping out of Anand's hands. There's move queen e8, and after the move queen d6, Viswanathan resigned with the threat of this, and the rook here, and the bishop joining. This is just too much, and the game is completely lost. Viswanathan resigned here, and they do the 11th round, and Viswanathan wins the world championship with 3 wins against Kramnik. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to the channel and like and share this video to your friends who love chess.